Welcome back to Life Science with Mr. Hescox. We just finished this section one, and now we're going to review real quick some reasons that multicellular organisms divide. If you get cut, you can regenerate the skin, you can grow, you can develop, become more specialized, or you can have your cells divide in order to reproduce. Today, we're going to talk about the stages of cell division in the cell cycle, specifically interphase, metaphase, prophase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis. Cell division is a big part of the cell cycle. We know that this cycle is anything that starts in one place and ends all the way up back around. There are two areas of the cell cycle. We have interphase and then we have cell division, which we technically refer to as mitosis. Interphase is the easiest one. It is the largest, and it is the resting phase. During this resting phase, the cell will grow. It'll make proteins. It'll make a copy of the DNA. When it's making a copy of DNA, it's getting close to the end of interphase, and it's getting ready to divide. Why do we copy the DNA? We copy the DNA. It's like having a recipe. You want to have that recipe so that your friend can make the exact same wonderful chocolate cake that you make. That copying of that recipe is what DNA is for. So cell division is mitosis and cytokinesis. Mitosis literally stands for division of the nucleus. There are four stages. Cytokinesis is probably a little easier because the word cytokinesis actually has cyto in it right here. And you think cytokinesis is cytoplasm, division of the cytoplasm. The result of cytokinesis at the end of all of these steps that we're going to talk about here today are two genetically identical daughter cells. Genetically identical means that they should have the exact same DNA as each other and as their parent cell had. So this is a picture of mitosis. This is actually in a plant, by the way. My little pen's not working very good today. So we have prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and the last one is telophase. So let's talk about what's going on in each phase. Prophase is when the chromatin coil starts to condense. So these DNA strands are going to start to coil and coil and coil around those histone proteins, and they shrink into those typical chromosome X-like shapes that we associate with X's. During metaphase, middle, those chromosomes are aligned in the middle of the nucleus. They're about to be ripped apart by these structures called spindles and spindle fibers. So meta means middle. Anaphase is when the chromosomes are pulled apart. The chromatids, these Siamese twins, are yanked apart to opposite ends of the cell. So after they meet, they split. Telophase is when a new nuclear membrane forms around the two sets of chromosomes. And then once we have two nuclei, we don't need two nuclei, and eventually we'll hit cytokinesis. So here's how I try to remember it. I, P, M, A, T, C. I for interphase. P is prophase. Metaphase. Anaphase. Telophase. And the last one there is cytokinesis. So a student of mine, who's actually now, told me that it's I played Monopoly, at interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is division of the cytoplasm. In an animal cell, you have a fiber ring and in plant cells, you have to develop a new cell wall, we call it a cell plate, and that cell plate grows into that cell wall that we know as wood or cellulose in most cases. Once cytokinesis occurs, the cell will grow into two new cells and will grow a little bigger, and hopefully someday go into a whole cell division process again. All right, take a look at these pictures. Each one of these is one of those six phases. I played Monopoly. I for interphase, P for prophase. M is metaphase. A is anaphase. T is telophase, and then the last one is cytokinesis. If I was putting these in order, which one do you think is first? Well, in this case, interphase is right here. So this one's number one. So from interphase, we have copy our chromosomes, and then we can see them. So this one here is where those chromosomes first appear. That's number two. D is two in this case. So then those chromosomes have to keep coiling and condensing, and they'll be pulled where they are in the middle of the cell, which is metaphase, and that is this one, number three. They will eventually be pulled apart. That's this one up here. Number four, as they are pulled apart, eventually a new nuclear membrane forms around each one. So this one is now number five, that is telophase. And then finally, you either have that fiber ring or a cell plate. The last one is cytokinesis, that is number six. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you learned a lot about cell division. We'll talk a lot more in class about this and with practice in your homework. Make sure that you're getting your reading done. It's very important to do the reading that goes with this, as well as get your homework done too. The reading is 80 to 85. The review will be review for 2.2. And until next time, I'm Mr. Jessica. You guys be safe. Let's keep learning about cells together and learning